The Tunisian Premier, Youssef Chahed, wants to make the most out of the $60 billion that China has committed in debt and other facilities to African countries at this week's Cooperation Summit in Beijing. Now, he's among the African leaders who met the Chinese President Xi Jinping on the sidelines of the forum to discuss how to diversify areas of cooperation. CGTN's Adam Chouati filed this report.
Following his participation in the third forum on China-Africa cooperation held in Beijing, Premier Youssef Chahed declared that Tunisia is one of the African countries that have developed a large industrial capacity and should, as an exporting country, strengthen its openness to the Chinese market.
We need to remedy Tunisia's trade deficit with China. Tunisia would benefit from expanding its cooperation with China, which has become one of the world's largest economic powers, particularly in the fields of technology and agriculture.
Chahed expressed the hope that the agreements reached by the Tunisian and Chinese sides will lead to positive results and have a positive effect on development and employment in Tunisia.
The infrastructure development agreements with China in southern Tunisia are likely to unleash a real economic and development dynamic in this region.
Journalists who covered the third forum on China-Africa cooperation say it was successful.
China plays a central role in boosting African economies by building infrastructure and developing ambitious economic projects. This is the vision of the Belt and Road Initiative. The forum was a great occasion for African leaders and businessmen to meet and discuss with Chinese partners.
China will grant Tunisia a donation worth about $40 million intended to finance development projects in interior regions. The Tunisian premier spoke of the possibility of establishing triangular cooperation between Tunisia, China and African countries, given the strategic location of Tunisia and its privileged relations with African countries.
Youssef Chahed pointed out that an agreement had been reached to speed up the opening of a direct air route between Tunis and Beijing, to boost trade and to increase the flow of Chinese tourists to Tunisia. The premier specified that the Chinese president had affirmed the importance of integrating Tunisia among the tourist circuits of Chinese tourists. Adam Chouati, CGTN, Tunis.